Patty, do you have any idea where your mother went?
You're asking me like I'm supposed to be the one watching her or something. And considering I left 2 days ago to be on this business trip for the week, how would I be able to find her for you? Not sure what's up with that question, Dad.
What? You're on a business trip right now?
I am. There was this major event that my company took part in yesterday, and so I've been out of here for 2 days now and will actually be coming home early now. Most likely tonight by the latest.
Is that right?
So does that mean you never even noticed me not being home with you guys?
Well, I was just kind of wondering why I hadn't seen you for the last 2 days, but that was all.
Well, whatever, Dad. I have to start getting my things packed up before I head out, so are we done here? I'll be home by tonight at the latest, okay?
All right, I guess I'll see you then.
Patty, I hope your business trip has been going well for you. You texted me last night saying that you would most likely be coming home today now, right? That's right, Mom. I actually just got all my things packed up and I'm heading to the bus now. I was told this bus wouldn't take as long when we came out here due to traffic not being so bad, so I should be home in the afternoon. Earlier than I was expecting, actually. Is that so? Then, I hate to have to ask this from you on your way home while you're probably very tired, but do you mind stopping at the grocery store and picking up some vegetables for me? I could do that for you, but why are you asking me? It's pretty rare for someone like you who loves cooking to be asking me to buy those types of things. Actually, I haven't been feeling too well today. Does this have to do with what came up last time? Are you going to be all right, Mom? To tell you the truth, I'm actually in the hospital right now. I'm not sure whether I'll be out of here or not before dinner time, so I was thinking of having you take care of the shopping before I figure all that out. The doctor should be coming to my room soon to talk with me some more about that. Do you want me to just make dinner then? What? Oh, you have to be tired from your trip though, right? I'm not that tired, actually. If I'm home early enough, I'll take a few minutes to relax and such before I get to cooking. Also, if we were to have takeout or something like that for dinner again tonight, Dad would just get all frustrated again and start babbling on and on like usual, right? If I go ahead and cook for us, he shouldn't complain about it all one bit. Good point. Then can I please ask you to cook dinner tonight for me? Will do, Mom. I'll make sure not to screw it up this time either. Thank you, Patty. Now, you have a safe trip home today on that bus. Dad, excuse me.
Wait, it's only you, Patty?
Dad, is it true that you went and punched Mom and then kicked her out of the frickin' house?
What? Why do you know about all of that? Did your mother go and start running her mouth about all of that again?
Again?
Listen to me, Patty. This time it was all your mother's fault. All of it. So don't you start playing into whatever the hell she has to say about me.
I haven't even spoken to Mom about any of this yet. Just a second ago, I got back to my office from my trip and was heading home from there. And guess who I ran into on the way? The old lady that's living next door to our place. She came up to me in a hurry and told me what she'd seen take place at the front door of our house. She couldn't understand all the things you were saying to Mom at the time because you were in such a rage that your words all sounded like grunting. The old lady thought that you were only going to tell Mom that she wasn't allowed inside and nothing else would happen. But right before Mom was about to say anything to you, you punched her in the face and then forced her off the property.
So all of that was seen by that old hag next door? Now I'm annoyed.
What the hell are you annoyed about? You tell me right now why the hell you do something like that to Mom, your own wife.
I did that because your mother had an affair with another man.
Huh? Mom had an affair? You're telling me that Mom, the most loving and serious person I know, slept with another man?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on a second, Dad. Mom is not the type of person who could ever do something like that, though. Do you have things like evidence of her having an affair, or at least someone who also saw it happening?
I do! I have my own eyes which saw it all go down. They saw her having that affair, and now she's pregnant because of it.
She's pregnant? Mom is pregnant?
Yeah, I made sure to get a really good photo of everything with my phone as well. Now I'll be able to get a settlement of $100,000 from her ass.
Wait, is Mom even able to get pregnant right now?
Huh?
This is something I heard both Mom and Grandma talking about a while back. The only reason she was ever able to carry me was after 5 years of trying really hard to do all sorts of treatments for infertility, right? Those 5 years were all worth it to Mom, though, but afterwards she was saying to Grandma that she would never have another child again because it was just too hard for her. So, what this means is that Mom getting pregnant from another man during an affair isn't even possible for her.
What?
By the way, even before today, with Mom having to struggle with her illness so often, do you really think she'd have the time to cheat on you with another man?
She's been struggling with an illness for a while now?
Due to Mom's age, she told me that she's most likely suffering from something that is due to her going into menopause now. But she never wanted to just assume something like that to be the case with all the other kinds of illnesses out there that it could be. And so today she took the chance to go in and see a doctor about it.
She went to the hospital then. Hey, would someone like her be going to the hospital for something like menopause issues, though?
Well, if the hospital has a department centered around women's health, then sure.
Then what all I saw today was...
Today? Dad, don't tell me. But because Mom was having to go to the hospital and everything, you assumed that she was pregnant and that she was having an affair and all of that? If that's what you assumed to be her having an affair and being pregnant, what the hell is the picture you took that you say is evidence?
I took a picture of your mom in the waiting room of that hospital.
Huh? You're telling me you assumed that she was cheating on you based off such a vague scenario, and that you would punch her in the face and kick her out of the house over that?
But she was at the gynecology department, and that's where pregnant women usually go to.
The gynecology department is a place you not only can get helped with things like pregnancy and vaginal health, but you can also go there to talk and get tested for other things related to women. It's literally a field of medicine dedicated to all things women, like menopause and the sort.
Is that right?
That hospital she's at has a gynecology department, right? And the waiting room for it is for all the departments there, so anyone who's sick, injured, whatever, will be waiting in that room.
Are you kidding me?
Jesus frickin' Christ, Dad! I get that for the longest time now you always had troubles with things like getting the wrong impression and such, but this time you've really gone and done it.
Patty.
For the time being, I'm going to find Mom and take care of her, so you won't be seeing me around the house.
What? Where even is your mom right now?
You think I'm going to tell your frickin' ass after what you did to her? When it comes to things that either her or I need, I'll be coming over to the house while you're away to pick them up.
What about my food and things like the laundry?
At a time like this, all you're worried about is your frickin' food and clothes?
But I mean, your mother is always...
Do it your damn self, Dad! Mom? How have things been since? Are you going to be alright? Patty, I'm so sorry if any of this has gotten you worried. I'm back at your grandma's house now, taking a break, so I think everything will be fine. I heard that you got punched in the face by Dad, but did you not go to the hospital or anything for it? You need to go to the ER and get paperwork for that from the doctor, alright? Yes, you don't need to worry about that right now. Thankfully, the old lady that lives next door to us saw what happened to me and took me to the hospital in her car. There I was able to get all the paperwork and everything I needed, as well as advice on what to do about the dispute. And then after that, she took me back to your grandma's house so that I didn't have to see your father anymore. So she did all of that for you? She came to me as well and told me everything about what had happened. I'll have to go and thank her for all that she's done for us later. You should, and I'll tag along to give her my thanks as well. I really do appreciate everything she's done for me. By the way, Patty, do you have any idea how your father's doing right now? Right. I talked with the old lady from next door before I got home, and so I went ahead and started to talk with Dad through text. Mom, you were at the gynecology department when you went to the hospital today, right? It seems like Dad saw you there in the waiting room. What? Your father came to the hospital too? That's what it seems like anyway. So he assumed that you were there because you were pregnant, and then he tied that to you having an affair with another man behind his back. That's what he told me. Are you serious? I'm telling you, Mom, by this point I really am the most fed up a human can be with Dad. Did your father completely forget about my age and about the fact that we had such a hard time conceiving you years and years ago due to me being infertile? I talked with him about that while we were texting, actually. I also explained to him that those who go to the gynecology department aren't only going there because they're pregnant. Since this was over text, I'm not sure how he was really reacting to all the things I was saying to him, but I think he understood all of that. I see. Mom, is there something you're a bit concerned about now besides those things? Kind of, yes. Something about your father being at a place like the hospital then has me feeling a bit off. I think I'm going to have to look into all of that a bit more and see what was going on there.
Hey, Patty! Your mom is there right now, isn't she?
No, she isn't. I'm at work right now anyway.
Then you tell me right now where the hell your mother is at and how I can get to her.
Does this have to do with her getting that settlement from you now?
It sure does. I have all kinds of things that I would like to ask her about, yet no matter how much I call and text her, she won't respond.
That's because she went and blocked your number already.
She went and blocked her own husband's phone number?
Didn't she say something to you about how she wants you to talk with her lawyer from now on?
Why should I do that?
You were explained to why that was by her lawyer already, right? She said that you're being asked for a settlement now because you've been having an affair behind her back and because your other woman is pregnant now. She not only wants your money for what you've done, but a divorce as well. Hence why she's having her lawyer talk with you about it now.
She wants a divorce.
For how violent you got with Mom when you didn't even have a lick of good evidence against her. You turned out to be the one with a secret wife and kid all along. I can't believe you, Dad. And you were getting all excited about how you thought you caught Mom cheating on you and about how you'd be getting $100,000 from her in the divorce, right?
How do you know I was happy about that?
Because it was made obvious when we texted. And because Mom told me that, she saw you trailing her on the day she had to go in and get checked out by the gynecologist. And then she was wondering why you had to go to the hospital as well like that. And after thinking about that for a second, she assumed maybe you were there to get tested or looked at for something as well that day. But then she realized that a lot of times when one of the partners in a relationship starts to assume that the other has been cheating on them like you were, it usually means they're hiding their own secret relationship.
What?
And with that in mind, Mom went ahead and asked for someone to help her look into you. She learned that you were with another woman and that she had become pregnant. And the reason you were at the hospital that day like Mom was because you were going to meet your other woman there to talk about the pregnancy with the doctor. That's why you saw Mom there in the waiting room.
She went and looked that far into all of this?
Had you just let her be and not went after her throat, claiming that she had been cheating on you, then things probably would have never come to all this, right?
Are you kidding me? I really dropped the ball this time.
Dad, are you seriously going to sit out there this whole time ringing the doorbell over and over and over like a frickin' child?
I came out here so that I could talk with your mother about all of this, and until she answers the damn door and lets me speak, I'm gonna keep ringing this doorbell.
The only people here right now are Grandma and Grandpa, though. We saw you coming out to this place looking for Mom days ago and knew that you'd be back to try and stop her. Mom already had to quit her part-time job because of you and has been trying to hide this entire time now. She told me that she doesn't want this to go on any longer and start affecting me any, so she's talked with her lawyer and the court, and they're going to enforce an arbitrary divorce.
She's gonna force the divorce now?
And with the way you're behaving now, there's no way you're going to slow things down any longer, Dad.
No way!
There, now that you've heard what's going to happen, get the hell out of here!
Damn it! Why the hell is this happening to me?
You'd really like to know why? It's called getting what you frickin' deserve, you old fart.
Patty, you're my freaking daughter, so you help me out right now!
No!
What did you say?
No! I'm cutting you out of my life now. Bye-bye.
Wait! Don't do that to me, Patty! Patty!
It turned out that the woman my dad was cheating on my mom with at the time was a co-worker from the same company as him. She was 23 years old, which makes her younger than even myself, his own daughter. And considering she was pregnant with his child, that means he had done it with someone younger than me too. Absolutely frickin' disgusting. I screamed that out the moment I had heard about who she was. A few weeks after everything, my dad and his woman took out a massive amount of money, or should I say borrowed that money, and paid my mom in one lump payment. And soon after that, the divorce was finished, and my mom was no longer that sad sight of a man's wife anymore. Since the woman he had been with was already carrying his child, not too long after the divorce, my dad went and married her. However, half a year later, right after his new wife had given birth to their baby, my dad was on his way home from the hospital and got into an accident that left him completely paralyzed. But considering how everyone in his family had already cut ties to him over what had happened, there was nobody around who could take care of him. It was up to his young wife to be at home with both him and their newborn, and she was forced to also get a job and everything, since they still had a lot of debt to pay off. Of course, my dad started to get disability and all that from the state, but it wasn't going to be enough. And after a few weeks of her doing that and completely losing it towards the end, his wife went and told her parents about what was happening, and they took her baby and left her to have to take care of my paralyzed dad. As for my mom and I, we've still been living at my grandparents' house, where we help them with a lot of the chores now, while my mom works from home remotely. I've still been going to work where I'd been all along, but I've made sure to tell all of my higher-ups about my dad, and about how if he ever shows up to the office, they are free to have him detained. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Yo, Lisa! It was nice seeing you again today. 17 years now since the last time we made contact with one another, right? I'm sure seeing me come out of nowhere like that was quite the surprise for you.
Nice seeing you as well, Troy. Now what do you want with me?
Huh?
I'm asking what my ex-husband, the man that said he should be married to a younger woman after all, before stabbing me in the back and running off with my little sister, wants from me. You were following me all afternoon, going on and on about how you had something to ask me about Rebecca, and that's why I'm responding to you now, because I have no other choice. And just a reminder, after you tell me what you wanted to say and ask, I'm going to be deleting your contact info again and don't want to see you anymore.
Oh, that's right. About Rebecca.
I heard that you both broke up with one another 1 year after you left me for her. But that was 16 years ago, so why do you want to ask about her now?
That was just an excuse.
Huh?
I had to say something in order for you to eventually give me your number like that. But even before that, I had to actually find out where you were living now and come out here and hang out around the area waiting to run into you. And I can't believe that even worked out for me to begin with. Sure, you're 17 years older now, and that age is really beginning to show, but you still have that same old face, which made it so easy for me to recognize you.
Do you have nothing better to do right now? Why the hell would you come out around my house waiting for me to come out?
I wanted to show you how happy I'm living right now.
Huh?
Right now, I'm about to start going out with this super young and super hot girl.
Oh, now I'm really not curious.
Just listen for 2 seconds. Her name is Lanny, and she's a college student. She's currently working part-time at a ramen restaurant called Rama close to Hartford Station.
What? Did you say Rama?
It's a pretty famous restaurant in that part of the city, so you have to know it as well, right?
Well, I do know about it. But a girl named Lonnie working at Rama?
Right. Just her name alone is super cute, right?
I also happen to know the owner of Rama, by the way. And that Lonnie you're speaking of is still in high school. So...
What? But I was told by a frequent customer to that place that the owner's daughter is a college student. He said she's available and everything right now, and that I definitely have a chance with her.
And Lonnie happens to be the owner's niece. The owner's daughter left the state last year to go to some college out in Boston. She was also staying at her grandma's house while in high school, so there was no way you were seeing her while she was still around. So that has to be the high schooler you're talking about.
Ah, is that right?
By the way, Lonnie's dad also happens to work at that restaurant.
Wait, really?
And he happens to be younger than you.
What?
If you understand what I'm saying now, then stop thinking such depraved thoughts about a high school student and stop going out to Rama, please.
She has a father who's younger than me?
Thank God I was here to tell you the truth before you went and committed a crime.
Ugh. Yo!
What? What this time? Is there something else you're wanting to bug me about?
Yesterday, I was so shocked over the things you told me that I never had the chance to talk with you about the one thing I needed to say.
Is that so? Well, if you want something from me, hurry up and say it. Right now, I'm in the middle of my very important break from work, trying to relax and not think about things.
Ah, so you really are working now?
Yes, I'm working.
I see. I knew that would be the case.
What the hell is this?
You're gonna be a single old hag forever, right?
What? Wait, what the hell did you just say? You think it's okay to be saying rude things like that at your age? Me being single right now or married right now has nothing at all to do with you, Troy.
That's not totally true, though, because I know that I'm correct when I say that you don't seem to be married at all.
Why would you think that?
Because the guy who saw you the other day said that you're living in a one-bedroom condo right now that's meant for young and single adults to be living in.
And you assume that that's my house?
Well, it has to be, right?
Hey, what the hell is this all about, Troy? All of today and yesterday, you lied to me in order to start a conversation with me. And then you started to brag about how you'd be going out with a high schooler of all people. You told me all you wanted was to brag about how happy your life is right now, yet you're back speaking to me again after all that was said and done yesterday? It's been 17 whole years now since you and I got divorced, so what the hell is your goal now?
Well, after that little embarrassing thing I brought up with you yesterday, I thought I'd stop right then and there and never talk to you again. But this morning I realized something.
What?
Lisa, about you. The fact that you're still single at the moment means that you must still have some feelings for me, right?
Huh? No frickin' way would I ever hold any feelings for a man that backstabbed me like you did for the past 17 years.
Are you sure about that? Then why are you still working like that?
There are tons of women who are married and still work a job.
But you're not married! You're still a single old hag!
Who the hell ever said that?
Which means you still have feelings for me, right?
I do not, all right? Shut the hell up, man.
Hey, want to get remarried to me?
Huh?
You and I, we're really getting up there in age now, right? I'm sure this is all moving along way too fast for someone like you, but I've had to start thinking about what my life will be like once I've retired. And when you think about yourself being a single woman in your 70s, don't you feel hopeless and alone?
How about you stop assuming that I'm single when I never said anything about whether or not I'm married right now?
But you not giving me an answer right now means that you're too embarrassed to tell me the truth, right? In other words, you're still single after the last 17 years.
Jesus frickin' Christ. The only reason I haven't said anything is because talking with you is a pain in the ass.
Huh? A pain in the ass?
What the hell is the point of explaining my life to some asshole who cheated on me with my little sister? That's why I haven't told you anything about myself. But I can see now that not telling you anything is far worse for me, as you're just going to assume now the person I am, which is even more annoying. So I'll explain things.
What?
To start, take a look at this picture.
What is this a picture of? Why does she look like you in a gown and cap?
That's a photo of me graduating from university.
Huh? But aren't you and I the same age and everything?
After I divorced you, I went back to university. I thought that it was time for me to study some more and make something out of my life.
But at the age you were at, wasn't that a bit of a pain? Going to university after you had to get a divorce from your husband?
I have the right to do whatever the hell I want after you left me for my sister. After you were gone, I had gone back to university to study. I was finally able to get the kind of job I'd been wanting. And what's even better than that, I was able to meet my current husband there.
Your current husband? But you're single right now.
Next is this picture.
What's this?
Those are wedding bands.
What?
And considering that these bands are much different designs than the ones you got back when we were married, you can tell that I was given mine by someone else, right?
Then you're seriously married right now?
Now you take a look at this picture. That is my current husband playing with our toddler.
What?
I didn't want you seeing what they both look like now, so that's a picture I took of them a few years ago when my daughter was a toddler. But as you can see, I have a husband now that I've been married to, and we had a daughter together. My husband also happens to understand that I enjoy working the kind of job I have right now. And both his mom and dad are very loving people that treat me like I'm a daughter of theirs rather than an object.
So you're really married then?
I really am. And for the longest time now, I've been enjoying life with them.
Then why do you have a condo right now that's meant for a single person? Don't tell me you have issues with your husband now and have been taking another man there to make love to him secretly. If that's really the case, then make me that secret lover of yours instead.
It's undeniable now that you've become this disgusting wreck of an old geezer now. Listen, have you not yet noticed that the condo you speak of was just an Airbnb?
What?
From time to time, I'm having to travel a little ways out of town for work, and there is nobody in the area I can stay with. So I thought instead of getting a hotel, I'd be better off staying at an Airbnb like that one. So after talking with my company, they said I could have a room there instead of in a hotel. That's all.
So you were on a business trip?
Yep, and that right there is what's happened to me these past 17 years. Now that you're aware of everything, you shouldn't need to bother me anymore, right?
No, wait, but...
In conclusion, you have nothing to do with my life now, and I will not include you in it.
What?
Bye-bye.
Yo, Lisa, get out here right now!
Wait, what?
I just need this place while you're here for business, so let me come live in there with you!
Huh?
I don't have anywhere else to live right now, so please let me live in there with you! And as a thank you for doing that, I'll eat you out tonight and every night!
Screw off. I already finished my business trip now and am back home with my husband and kid. Right now there's nobody in that condo.
What did you say? You told me before that you were going to be around for 1 month, right?
No, I didn't. I was only there for the week, and that ended 2 days ago.
Huh? Are you kidding me?
By the way, Troy, before you came to the condo today looking for me, you went and made a move on that Rebecca, right?
What?
I was just about to tell her to look out for you, but she told me that you already stopped by. You made the mistake of thinking that she was single when you went in to talk to her. You told her that you'd been kicked out by the woman you'd been living with for 10 years and said you'd get back together with her as long as she took care of you, right? But then you noticed that she had a middle school son with her that she had to walk away with after you approached her, right?
You know all about that, too?
My sister told me she never expected you to come out where I'd be so many years later, and said sorry for not saying anything to me sooner about you.
Are you guys actually talking to one another again? The two sisters that ruined my life and left me for dead have...
Hearing you say that about us is not right at all. After having taken you from me 17 years ago and then being thrown out by you a year later, my sister's eyes were open to a lot of things. She actually went out to my parents' house not too long after all that happened between you two and apologized to them. I haven't been around my parents' place for some time now, so I wasn't able to meet with her then when she did that. But she continued to try and get in touch with me, wanting to apologize each and every time for what she'd done. I'm not saying that her and I are 100% okay with one another again, but we're at least to the point now where we can talk with one another again over the phone if we need to.
No freaking way!
And with that, this is really it. Don't you ever bother any of us ever again.
Lisa, about a place for me to live.
Screw you.
Lisa!
Goodbye forever. A few days later, I received a phone call from Troy's older brother. Apparently, his older brother is the one who owns his parents' house now, after they had both passed away years ago. Troy went and sold all of his belongings in order to get the money to afford a plane ticket and go all the way back there to live with his older brother. By the time he had made it home to see his brother and his family, he looked like he had fought a war as he began to tell his brother what all had happened. However, his older brother found the story very creepy and told Troy that he never wanted to let him into their house again. But, being his older brother, he did go and ask a friend of his to help Troy out by giving him a new job. And so, after a night of having to sleep out in the shed, Troy's brother came out and grabbed him by the neck before throwing him into a van that took him away to a new location in a dorm room. Without even knowing what had happened to him, Troy was in a new world, working a job he never even asked to do. Troy was also asked to pay his brother back close to $30,000, as that was the amount he'd paid to help Troy out with his divorce and everything 17 years before, after he had cheated on me. Now Troy's in the process of working a very tough job in order to pay that off, while also being disciplined and straightened out by a bunch of big guys he has to work alongside. As for myself, I'm back at home still with my husband and daughter, enjoying the peace and quiet again after blocking Troy's number and never hearing from him again. I'm still at a loss as to what happened over those couple of days with him, but I was never actually worried about him being able to find my family and I, because we don't even live anywhere close to that city, hence me staying in that Airbnb when I have to go on business trips. And when it comes to the relationship between my sister and I know it's not all that strong yet, but over time, I'm sure I'll be able to see her in person again. Just give me a few more years, and by then I might even be willing to consider her a part of my family and let her see my daughter and husband. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.